is CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Nasha Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at today's top stories. 2 South Florida teens remain in the hospital. Police say a 16 and 17-year-old were shot at an apartment complex in Lauderhill. CBS News Miami's Morgan Reiner has the report. She has the latest on what a family member told her about their conditions.
We did reach out to the mom for an update on how her 16-year-old son is doing today, but at last check, she did tell us that her son is in critical condition and added that the 17-year-old is stable. Summer break off to a dangerous start for 2 teens at the Cascavita 2 apartments. Investigators combed through the complex in Lauderhill Wednesday afternoon, roping off the area of the playground with crime scene tape. Lauderhill police said when officers arrived on scene, they found 16-year-old Sharaj Reed pictured here and a 17-year-old boy shot in the parking lot.
I was at the pool with my homeboys. After that, we heard a couple gunshots. After that, we were seeing 2 helicopters flying in the air.
Chopper 4 captured a gun on the ground near the scene. Police said they don't know why the teens were shot and they don't have a shooter in custody. Neighbors in the area, though, said shootings are not uncommon.
Like, stuff down there be happening and stuff like that, so it's not really something surprising.
We did reach out to Lauderhill police this morning for any updates. We are still waiting to hear back, but they are asking anyone with information to please come forward. You can also contact the Broward County Crime Stoppers. That number is 954-493-TIPS, and you can remain anonymous. In Fort Lauderdale, Morgan Reiner, CBS News, Miami.
Always tracking, always alerting. This is Next Weather.
It was finally a day to leave that umbrella at home. Chief Meteorologist and Hurricane Specialist Ivan Cabrera.
Yeah, car washes are over here as well, and we needed the break here. I have some excellent news about the drought, as you can imagine, with 7-8 inches of rainfall. It had to do something, and it did big time across some areas. What we're looking at here is just a lot of cloud cover. So this is stratocumulus deck, right? All the cumulus clouds kind of together, and it has this canopy over us, so it looks, cloudy, like it's going to rain. It's not really at all. We have very dry conditions in the mid-levels, and of course the dryness as a result of the Saharan dust that we've been advertising over the last few days, and that is still going to call the shots for the next couple. I think we're going to basically get rid of rainfall until we get to the upcoming weekend, and even by then it's not going to be anything we can't avoid during the afternoons. I think we'll be doing well. So this a very colorful map here. We want that kind of color when you have a drought and when you need some rainfall. This was amazing here over the last 5 days. Yes, we did have some flooding. That's the price we paid, but this is the reward as we head into the next few days. Quiet conditions, and check out the latest. This is just in from the National Weather Service here. We have essentially erased the drought. We could use a little bit more rain along the coastal metros, but look at this. From Fort Lauderdale heading out to Plantation, Davie, nothing. This was a moderate to severe drought over the last couple of weeks. Hard Rock Stadium, Opelika, out towards Miami Lakes. Essentially anything west of the Turnpike is where we still have a moderate drought. Everybody else is out of it here, including Miami Beach, and then heading further south. We didn't get as much rain across extreme southwestern Miami-Dade County, but we did east of that. And so if you are along the coast, we have completely erased the drought. Now, if we get into a situation where we don't rain, that could change. But we will, and over the next 7 days, I have rainfall chances coming back up. So I think it'll go this way for the weekend. 10% tomorrow at best, 20% chance of showers, even a couple of inland thunderstorms for Saturday, and then you'll see this bump up as far as the rainfall. We could get another significant, accumulation event heading into next week. So that's something we'll be watching closely. So all in all, the drought has improved dramatically. Here's Next Weather Rain Tracker as we put it into motion, looking good. And I'll show you those little showers heading into Saturday in particular, because Friday looks pretty dry to me, save for, again, isolated showers right along the interior there. That's not going to mess up your Friday whatsoever. And then any storms that do form will have a hard time doing so, but they'll end up on the other side of the peninsula. And then on Saturday, let's check this out. Southeast wind that'll bring us our sea breeze here. So there it is by 1 o'clock, triggering a few showers across the interior. Those will become thunderstorms. They could drift a little bit further back, but that's why I still have rain chances pretty low for Saturday, and then they'll begin to increase as we head into the end of the weekend and heading into next week. Rip current winds are back to moderate. We had high over the last 24 hours, but that's an improvement. And then tomorrow, 10% chance of a sprinkle. It will be hazy sky, though, still the Saharan dust. And then average temperatures for this time of year, upper 80s to around 90. Feels like temperatures in the upper 90s. And those rain chances, as I mentioned, coming back up into next week.
Ivan, thank you. We are in hurricane season, and the Next Weather team is making sure that you are prepared. All you have to do is scan the QR code to find all the tools you need to help you get ready. You can also find our 1-hour hurricane special, which has important information for you and your family this hurricane season. Just go to cbsmiami.com. Florida communities could be blocked from rebuilding stronger after a hurricane. That's if Governor DeSantis signs a new bill into law. According to our news partners at the Miami Herald, Senate Bill 180 is on its way to the governor's desk. It includes some provisions to help Floridians, but it would also weaken local efforts to build stronger structures after hurricanes. Under the guidelines, developers could rebuild homes under the same codes that failed to protect their property. Former Republican Congressman David Jolly is running for governor, and he's doing so as a Democrat. Jolly sat down with our Joan Murray earlier this week. He explained why he is running.
And why do you want to be governor?
We have an affordability crisis in the state of Florida that's impacting everybody, every walk of life, every community. People are concerned about their ability to afford quality housing, their ability to access a quality education, either through the public education system or through the voucher program, utility bills, car insurance. The affordability crisis in Florida is #1 for voters, and it's #1 for our family. We have young children. This is a lived experience for us. If we don't tackle the affordability crisis, people will continue to ask if they can raise their families in Florida, if they can continue to live in Florida.
Jolly left the Republican Party and became an independent after leaving Congress. Joan also asked Jolly about how he feels about Governor Ron DeSantis' time in office. See his response to that question by going to our website, cbsmiami.com. We've posted that entire interview for you there. President Trump is reportedly considering Florida Atlantic University as a future home of the presidential library, and that's according to the Wall Street Journal. They are reporting that the Boca campus has emerged as a possible site because of its proximity to Mar-a-Lago. Officials say the Trump team is nearing a deal with FAU. On the table, they say, is a 100-year lease offer at no cost from the school. The Journal also reports that Trump expressed interest in the university during a meeting earlier this year. We know that the president has been eyeing Florida as a home for the library. It has been a busy day for President Trump. He says he had a very good talk with China's president this morning, adding that the U.S. is in good shape regarding a trade deal. The comments come as the president sat down with Germany's chancellor in the Oval Office.
President Trump and Chinese President Xi spoke by phone this morning amid escalating trade tensions between the world's two largest economies.
We have a deal with China, as you know, but we were straightening out some of the points.
Tariffs are also on the agenda as President Trump welcomes Germany's new chancellor to the White House. The visit comes as President Trump looks to bar citizens from several other countries from entering the U.S.
It can't come fast enough. We don't want to have other bad people coming into our country.
The order takes effect Monday, impacting foreign nationals from 12 countries, mostly in the Middle East and Africa, and partially restricting entry from 7 others. The White House says there will be exceptions for lawful permanent residents, existing visa holders, and some other categories. The president's first-term travel ban triggered protests nationwide, confusion at airports, and legal challenges, with conservative justices on the U.S. Supreme Court ultimately upholding it. Advocacy groups, including the International Refugee Assistance Project, denounced the new travel ban and are working on their next steps.
We're certainly exploring all of our options to protect people seeking humanitarian pathways to the U.S.
President Trump is also pressing the Senate to pass his massive budget bill, but the legislation is facing a new round of attacks from Elon Musk. In a series of social media posts, Musk, whose formal advisory role recently ended, is calling on lawmakers to kill the bill, saying, quote, bankrupting America is not okay.
Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we're well anymore. He's worn the hat. Trump was right about everything, and I am right about the great, big, beautiful bill.
GOP leaders from the House and Senate say the wheels are already in motion to get this package passed. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
When we come back, Chopper 4 captures an unusual sight outside the Krome Detention Center. More on what is going on next.
You apply for a home loan, and that's when the nightmare begins.
I could get 10 calls in 6 minutes.
CBS Miami finds out why home buyers are being spammed and what you can do to stop it. Tonight at 5:30.
Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Dozens of Cuban detainees being held at the Krome Detention Center staged a protest outside the facility in Southwest Miami-Dade, and Chopper 4 was over the scene. They were spelling out SOS on a basketball court. Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman-Schultz made a surprise visit to Krome last week. She was concerned about conditions and overcrowding. She said it was wall-to-wall people. Krome currently holds more than 1,000 detainees. Davie police are investigating a car crash into a Dunkin shop. Chopper 4 over the scene at Griffin Road and Southwest 123rd Lane. You can see a tow truck working to pull the car out of the lot. The impact left a trail of debris and broken glass. No one was hurt. The Nintendo Switch 2 is officially out. The gaming console was made available to buy at midnight. Long lines formed across the country as excited gamers waited to get their hands on them. The original hybrid game console came out 8 years ago and was wildly successful. But if you are interested in getting one, be prepared to pay a pretty penny. It will cost you about $450. Wicked fans have returned to Oz. The trailer for the sequel, Wicked for Good, was released last night. And while it didn't reveal any surprises, it still created a lot of buzz with fans. Both films cover the plot of the Broadway musical. The much anticipated movie is set to be released in November. The Panthers came up short last night in their chase for a second consecutive Stanley Cup. The Cats blew a 2-goal lead and lost in the final seconds of overtime in Edmonton 4-3. Game 2 is tomorrow night in Canada. Puck drop is set for 8. After Game 2 tomorrow, the Panthers will be back home for Games 3 and 4. Games 5, 6, and 7, if necessary, will alternate between Sunrise and Edmonton. Our Mike Cunha is covering the finals from start to finish. He will be live from Edmonton tonight, starting on CBS News Miami at 5 and 6. And that does it for your CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Naja Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami, and have a great day.